Joining me now is David Dunham from Dunham Insurance. David, good to see you here.
See you.
And what a relief. The flood insurance package is passed and signed by the president.
Right. Yes.
It was going to be a disaster for many, many homeowners, especially in South Florida, along the shore. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, the Congress, the Senate, and the president all got together and agreed to roll back the last year, 2012, Flood Reform Act that was passed that dramatically raised flood insurance rates to make rates actuarially sound. And in some cases, rates went up 50%, 100%, or even more.
The idea was for the people who are living along the coast to pay the actual cost for what their insurance.
Pay their actual cost instead of subsidized cost. But what it did is it made everybody's rates, not everybody's rates, but a lot of people's rates go up dramatically, especially coastal rates. And they went up so much that it disrupted the markets. That's been rolled back for 4 years while they study that. And I think the most they can raise rates right now is about 15% a year. So not the double and triple rates we were looking at.
Right. And these rates are going to be capped at, as
Correct.
you say, at 15%, trying to keep it around 1% of the total cost of a home.
Correct. Flood insurance is still run and the rates are still set by FEMA, but they have capped the maximum rate at around 15%, which is good news.
And so for the next 4 years, they're going to study it and then edge up the rates a little bit.
They'll relook at it in 4 years from now, but we should be okay for the next 4 years.
So that's the only flood insurance you can get, is the federal flood insurance. Nobody else is going to be, there's no other option, even for an independent insurance agent like you.
Correct. The rates are set, but the good news is the doubling and tripling of rates have been taken off the table. We're back to the rates where we were last year with a maximum of 15% a year increase in the worst case scenario.
Hurricane Sandy that swept up the East Coast really bankrupted the system, at least for now, and that's why.
That's what caused this Reform Act, to try to get the rates back up to cover the deficit, but it wasn't done in a manner that made much sense.
What seemed like a good idea at the time had such awful ramifications throughout the real estate industry, throughout cities along the coast, that just was something that had to be done.
So the good news is they've rolled that back, and we have 4 years now of relief.
Okay, now let's talk about other ways we can save money with our homeowners insurance these days. What about wind mitigation?
Okay. The Wind Mitigation Inspection Report, I think, is the biggest no-brainer in the history of homeowners insurance. If you have a home that's built before year 2002, you'd be crazy not to get a windstorm mitigation inspection. And this is an inspection that's done usually by a general contractor. He goes into your attic, he takes pictures of your, besides the outside of your roof, he makes sure you have proper hurricane straps and nail patterns. And the savings on average is 30%, and it could be a lot more. So it's crazy not to get that inspection done if your home was built before year 2002. That's when the Florida building codes changed. 2002 and newer, you get all the credits automatically. If your home was built before 2002, the insurance companies assume you have no credits, you have nothing. They give you no discounts. You have to prove that by getting that inspection done.
Okay. Slow down here. So if I have a home that's been built after 2002, it has been built to this code that the insurance companies say is a safe and stable building project for a home, and so they automatically give you the credit.
Right. Okay. 2002 is when the Florida building code changed, and you had to build these homes up to a certain hurricane standard, so you get those discounts automatically. Before that, they assume you don't have anything, even though you do, and they don't give you any of those rate discounts without that inspection. So you really need that inspection for any home built before 2002.
Can anything bad happen here? That is, can the inspector come in and say, Curt's house is actually worse than what we thought it was, so you should raise the rates on Curt?
I get that all the time. And the good news is no. They're assuming the worst case scenario. So the worst thing that can happen is the worst inspection. It's like getting no inspection. You can only get benefits from the inspection. They can't come back and say, wow, this looks bad, we're going to raise your rate. So I said it's a no-brainer. You can't lose by getting the inspection.
So they can only pass you, they can't really fail you.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
David Dunham, once again, he has done something that I didn't think was possible. He makes insurance sound interesting. David Dunham Insurance, thanks for being here today on South Florida Real Estate Update.
Thank you. Good seeing you.